Cardano is a smart contract platform exactly like Ethereum, Solana, Terra Luna, and many others. So let's see what it has unique and why it could be the leading smart contract platform as adoption increases. We are also going to have a look at the price to understand what we could expect. But remember, it is not just about how the price is going to perform. In fact, Cardano's approach is like a big enterprise, and we need to understand what product is delivering to understand its potential, which will then reflect on the price performance. Cardano is the so-called third-generation blockchain, which are blockchain networks designed to provide smart contracts functionality, with an emphasis on scalability, interoperability, and sustainability. Cardano started its development back in 2015, with Charles Hoskinson, the founder, a well-known mathematician and developer at the time, which was also co-founder of Ethereum and a well-known public figure in the present. Charles has always been extremely transparent on its ideas and on what he wants to deliver with Cardano. From many years ago, he has regularly been giving updates directly on the development of the blockchain, or he has been interacting with the community on YouTube. This helped building trust and built one of the most large and active communities in crypto. Cardano started its development back in 2015 with Charles Hoskinson, the founder. From 2015, Cardano has a major roadmap which still nowadays sticks to delivering what they promise with no delays. This is important to keep in mind, also because it does affect the price every time. We had the first era called Byron, the foundation. We then had the Shelley era, when we had the decentralization upgrade, and we had the Goggin era upgrade last September, which represented the smart contracts functionality. With this, we saw ADA reach an all-time high, to then decline after that until the low of today. Price movement, which we can address and understand. However, stay focused to understand the big picture of Cardano ecosystem because you don't want to miss this opportunity. After that era, they have announced that we are entering the Basho era, the next big milestone of the roadmap. But since the announcement in January, we didn't have a reaction, and we did not see any upward price reaction. In fact, the price has been going down significantly. The price since then it went down first of all because of macro factors that are happening in the world, same reason that are driving Bitcoin price lower, and of course we had extreme gains in the past year. So now it is having a bearish period, full of fear and uncertainty, but we are still in a bullish cycle, in my opinion. The second main reason which drove the price lower is that many decentralized applications with smart contracts deployment since September are launching on Cardano. And this is positive for the ecosystem, but it was negative for Cardano's price in the short term, because to fund these developments, there was the necessity of extra fiat currency, which was taken also from ADA reserves by selling the coin. However, many projects are launching. If you are subscribed to the channel, you probably saw the videos. Otherwise, I will post few quick videos at the end, if you want to watch any of them. This include many DeFi protocols, the first metaverse on Cardano, and many others, which creates huge investments opportunities for us. If you missed on some of the Ethereum's decentralized apps, you now have the opportunity to be an early investor in the Cardano ecosystem. And lastly, these decentralized applications will increase the demand for ADA, exactly like we saw on Ethereum, which will drive the price much higher. Remember that there is always opportunity in the market, and you do not need to buy because you fear of missing out. Always do your research and take some time to do the right decision. The Basho era, which we are in now, includes different scaling solutions with the main goal of scaling and making the network much more effective for a healthy expansion. First, they have increased the block size by 11% from 72 kilobytes to 80 kilobytes. This basically means that considering we saw Cardano being a bit congested in January as many exchanges were launching and there are many transactions requested all at once. This upgrade is to improve that issue as 11% more transactions will be able to be processed at the same time. In fact, the activity on chain increased since then, but we did not have the issue anymore. They are going to increase Plutus script memory units per transaction to 14 million, 11% increase here too. This will increase the allowance and capability for the smart contracts. They are going to improve the block propagation to at least 95% of peers within 5 seconds. This will allow for more aggressive scaling changes. They are going to enable side chains, which are basically secondary blockchains connected to the main Cardano blockchain, where tokens and other digital assets can be moved from the main blockchain to the side chains and back. And lastly, Hydra Update will allow Cardano to process transactions off-chain with an increase to over 3 million transactions per second. To make a comparison, Visa processes around 65,000 transactions per second. But however, maybe is not the fastest, but it is one of the most efficient at the moment. It is not specified when this scaling solution will be implemented, but it is going to be this year. And very important to know, in June, Cardano has the Hard Fork Combinator event. Here, they could announce few upgrades taking place shortly, and usually these hard forks positively affect the price. We are going to show this shortly on the chart to give a time frame. Cardano has a scientific research-first approach, and it has always been delivering on time what they planned. We have seen this in the past with many upgrades that they have been achieving slowly but surely. Last upgrade we had it was back in September, when they enabled smart contracts on the blockchain. Since there the wallet addresses more than doubled. In fact, Cardano adoption is increasing exponentially, and it almost reached 3.5 million wallets, which is a huge milestone. And this is an over 1,000% in growth in the last year. However, the price went down since then. It has decreased because many investors bought the rumor and sold the news. In fact, the price went up towards the new upgrade. And then it did not give time for these smart contracts to deploy. They start selling, which is quite understandable. It is the right thing to take profits after such gains. This combined with the unstable, overall market conditions, drove the price lower. But this does not mean Cardano has stopped its development and its progress. And this is the moment when you need to look at the data. You need to look at what they achieved, and in this dips you need to buy, if you believe in the project, and if you want to make good gains. If you buy when everyone is talking about and is up 50%, most likely you buy right before it is going to have a correction. This is because who is buying now at this low levels after they will make a 50% gains, they will take profits and they will wait for another low. The blockchain is in fact more active than never. If we have a look here on Messari, we can see how it is the most active, even if its market cap has gone down, and it's currently the 11th blockchain by market cap rank. Here we can also see the fees, which are being spent on the network, and as we can see they are extremely low. So for being so active, the users do not spend that much on fees. On the other side, Ethereum, for example, has much higher fees, and we all know how expensive it is to buy an NFT or to buy a new token, where you end up paying even double just because of fees, or you need to buy a large quantity to minimize the percentage spent of fees. Now you have basically everything repeating not on Ethereum, but launching on Cardano, with much lower fees and faster transactions. Other important things to keep in mind are that first of all, Cardano is even developing towards a cross-chain future. They have in fact recently announced the collaboration with Wanchain. With this, the launch of different cross-chain bridges. This means full interoperability has been enabled between Cardano mainnet, Cardano sidechains, and other 15, plus layer 1 or 2 blockchain networks. We also have a collaboration between IOHK Cardano and Singularity Net, with the goal of increasing adoption for Cardano. They in fact released recently the AJAX ERC20 converter on mainnet. This bridge is centralized, meaning that the validity of its operations and token transfer success will be managed exclusively by Singularity Net, and it will allow to bridge digital assets or tokens from Ethereum to Cardano, and it will allow many projects to migrate from Ethereum to Cardano to take advantage of the lower fees. If we have a look of Pool.io, we can see the Cardano staked amount is very high too. Almost 75% of the current supply is in stake, which is extremely positive. This could mean that these funds do not care if we are in a bear period or whatever. They believe in Cardano, and they are here for a long period of time. They will not create any sell pressure in a short period of time. Instead, they will leave their funds to earn passive rewards over time. This percentage shows what a strong community they have. Most of this staked amount are hodlers which are planning to hold for years. In fact, we saw this percentage never going lower than 70% in the past year, but slowly increasing over time. If we now look at the price, it is just $0.727 per coin, which is extremely undervalued, and it is one of the most secure ways to 10x your investment in the coming years, because Cardano is going to reach $8 at least. The question is just when. And it will happen much faster than we can imagine. Yes, we could go lower. It can go to $0.50 per coin, and in my opinion, that would be insane, but it can happen. Let's say Bitcoin will have a major correction. Cardano will follow and go lower. You need to look at the upside potential and consider the risk and decide if it is worth investing at this level or not. In my opinion, it does not matter if we are going lower. When we have these low levels, it is time to buy. And this is what I am doing because it is a good opportunity looking at what it can achieve in 5 years' time, or even in few months. If we look at when they had some major upgrades, here first of all they entered a new era, Shelley, and we can see the growth that the price had. Then here we had the Merry Hard Fork Combinator event, which again drove the price higher to then cool down. And then again the Alonzo Hard Fork Combinator event in last September, as mentioned before, drove the price higher, to then cool down once again. With all the factors that we mentioned before, now we entered a new era. Nothing has happened. Many upgrades are scheduled this year. Many projects are launching on the network, but nothing has happened. In June, we will have the Vassal Hard Fork Combinator event. And if the market is stable, if Bitcoin stays above $32,000, Cardano will grow again. Almost 75% of the supply is in stake, or 20 billion ADA, and 6.7 is the actual circulating supply. Also, other coins are getting released for sure, but the release rate is extremely low. It will be released over the coming years, so this will not create much sell pressure. If this amount remains in stake, and the demand will increase exponentially with all the upcoming events, we are likely to see a supply shock. This happened with Solana in the past. A supply shock occurs basically when the circulating supply is quite low compared to the created demand, and this makes the price gain a lot of value in a very short period of time. Of course, take your own decision. I am not a financial advisor, and this is my own speculation, but in my opinion now, it is a good time to buy. If the market is bullish or stable, we could easily see ADA going back above 1.50 or even higher in the next month or two. Other things to keep in mind that are going to increase the demand and the price higher is the new Cardano NFT marketplace, Fiberite. And don't forget that Cardano is the first blockchain that signed deals with the government of Zanzibar to maximize the potential of the region's blue economy, which will take place in phases from spring 2022 and with Ethiopia. They are going to onboard millions of students on the Cardano blockchain to provide 5 million students and 750,000 teachers with decentralized identity and blockchain-based educational records and track performance. The developments behind this partnership were recognized as the 14th most influential project in 2021 by the Project Management Institute, and much more will come. Cardano overall, it has a huge vision ahead, and it is just getting started also if it launched in 2015. The demand will start increasing with the scaling solutions, the over 1,000 decentralized apps which are expanding the ecosystem. This will also attract institutional attention more, and with it a lot of retail investors. This will happen. We saw this adoption with Bitcoin in the years. We saw it happening with Ethereum, and it will happen with Cardano. This is it for today's video. If you want to see some interesting projects that are launching on Cardano, some potential good investments in early stages, check this videos or visit my channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to support my work.